Well, we're here to talk about the Creator 5, and this is not exactly the way I thought we were going to start this video off with, but let's talk about it. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is basically Bensky, and we talk a lot on this channel about 3D printing, what's new in 3D printing, but also selling 3D prints, your small business. We do some tech and some travel, all that fun stuff. And if that is the kind of journey you want to be on with me, please make sure you're subscribed to the video, like the video, and leave a comment down below what kinds of things you want to know about 3D printing or small business. So we are here to talk about the Flashforge Creator 5. This is my 1,000-hour update. This was not, I had planned to make this video right now, and I was gonna actually show how to swap the filament out because I knew it was gonna run out, but I was gone and I didn't know this had happened. So let's talk about it. So the Flashforge Creator 5, I know any of you who've been watching the channel long enough, you guys know that I have a lot of printers, especially when it comes to these new tool head changers. We do have the Snapmaker U1. I know it's not like a tool head swapping changer, but we do have the Bamboo H2C. That's all we have right now. I'm hoping I can get a hold of an index system or at least a Prusa XL just so we can kind of keep exploring these different multi-material, multi-tool head changing machines, but like this is the next one on the map for consumer available tool head changing 3D printers, the Creator 5. We'll talk about some of the specs and things like that, but I kind of just want to go over like really quickly some of the things I'm seeing off of the bat in these first 1,000 hours, some of the things I'm noticing. You guys know that I want to just be really honest with you guys, you know, and so I want to be very careful with what I'm saying too, because I don't want it to feel like I am, you know, not talking just about this, because I do just want to talk about this. Obviously, we're going to have some comparisons to some other machines out there, but for the most part, we're just going to focus on the Creator 5, you know, and then you're going to be able to make your own decision whether you want to buy it or not. And yes, we came back to this crazy mess of a failure, which I wasn't expecting because this was like the third or fourth round of this particular model that I was doing. But as we can see, there was no adhesion, which is odd because, again, this is like the third or fourth time we've done this, but also the bed plate back here, this is like super, like, it's on there. So, I mean, like, obviously the adhesion wasn't too much of an issue for that part, but then it just like failed. And then continued. Hi, future editing Ben here. I didn't realize that part of that file got corrupted, and then also when I figured that out, that my microphone died. So I'm going to apologize now for the really bad audio quality, because yeah, it is really late when I am editing this right now, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I just don't want to go record that again. I mean, I'm watching Bob's Burgers right now while I'm trying to edit this video and get some kind of sleep. So anyway, sorry that the quality of the audio is going to be really bad. That's all I got to say. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I really am. Okay, so when it comes to filament swaps for the Creator 5, when you run out of filament, what you have to do, and this is what I don't like. I don't like that it doesn't like come off of here, but we have to take off the blue retaining clip right here. Hope you guys can see. There's a blue retaining clip right here that we have to take off. And then, oh, don't lose it. And then you have to come in here, pull this out, and then you have to also clip this manually. So that's clipped. Now we take this out, and then we can put it back, and then put the retaining clip back in. And now we're ready to feed the new filament into the slot all the way up through here, and then we'll open this up to feed the filament in, and then it'll do its purge and it'll be all done. Now I want to be clear before we get any further, I'm just going through a couple of the cons right away, honestly, just because we have this. Like, that's really the only reason is this waste, because there are two things that I have found out. And I haven't confirmed it from Flashforge, so I want to have a little disclaimer here that the thing that I have found out was on Reddit, and I think it's valid, but that doesn't mean it's true, if that makes sense. So since the Flashforge doesn't have a traditional nozzle wiper, when you purge out your filament, you get these little spaghetti strands right here. These are the little spaghetti strands that you get, and they just plop down here, and then it just starts printing again. However, this fan over here, and I'll get you guys a close-up here, there is a fan that's blowing out here, but there's an intake fan right here. And what some people are reporting is that this filament is getting sucked up into here, and it is causing a potential fire hazard. Now again, I need to be extremely clear, disclaimer here, I have not yet, at the time of filming this video, seen that there's an official statement about this from Flashforge. It's just what I have seen. So it makes sense when you look at the internals that are in here that that could be possible, but I don't know that that's an official claim. Now, there are two versions of the Creator 5. There's the Creator 5 and the Creator 5 Pro. The Creator 5 right now on the line is $699. It says it's $100 off. I don't know if that's just one of those like promo things where it's just like going to say that perpetually forever. I don't know, but right now it is $100 off for $699, and then the Creator 5 Pro is $849 right now, again with another $100 off. Now the Creator 5 Pro, the big difference is you're going to get a full enclosure, because as you can see with the Creator 5 standard, you don't have a front enclosure or a back enclosure or the top, and then the Pro you're going to get a top and the front and the back. The other nice thing about that is the nozzle can get up to engineering grade, the bed can get up to engineering grade, and then the chamber can get up to engineering grade, which is why the Pro is good if you're going to be doing those higher temp engineering grade filaments. And as you can see, the Creator 5 has all 4 spools on one side. Whether that's convenient or not, I don't know. It's up to you. I mean, you have to manually feed it, so I guess it's convenient because you have to manually feed the filament.
Whoa. What the hell was that all about?
Sorry, I don't know why I did that. Now, there is a camera on this machine. It is tucked up right over here. I guess I just assumed there was spaghetti detection. I can't find it in the menus where to turn that on or off. I'd have to go look at the slicer to see if it's there. But I am rather upset that it didn't detect that and pause it, or at least notify me, because the app does work really well. I will say that about the Flashforge app. I can get in there, I can go look at the printer pretty easily. Obviously a few bugs, but it's relatively new, so I'm not gonna hold it to that too much. Now let's talk about all the positives, right? The print quality is honestly amazing. It is really, really good. I've really been impressed with it. This was the latest thing that we did. If you checked out my Instagram, which again, if you're not following my Instagram, you better make sure you're following it. I don't know, I'm getting angry. I'm not actually angry, but please follow my Instagram. That would be great. Link in the bio.
Pretty please.
In the link tree stuff. But this model is by Unicorn Graveyard, and as you can see, it came out freaking amazing. The detail is great. All the top finishes are great. The only reason there's this discoloration here is because I ran out of the Flashforge red and I went to a New Maker's red. I just wanted to get the project done, and I couldn't wait for Amazon, I almost dropped it, to deliver that. I got impatient, but honestly I think it kind of looks cool, or maybe I'm kidding myself, I don't know, but it looks really great. All of the overhangs underneath happened really well. There was only a few supports for this particular model. It came out great. One of the next ones I did was this dice tower from STL Flicks. What's really cool about this dice tower in particular, it has a flipping mechanism on the inside, which means there does need to be like a little bit of a support on the inside. It didn't handle that great, and on the inside, I don't know if we can see this with the light that I currently have in here, but in here, the overhangs were not great, but honestly, it's also hidden, so like, I'm not gonna fault it for that. Bensky, where are all the other prints? You have 1,000 hours on this. I have been using this for my business. As you guys know, I put all my stuff in my trailer. My HOA doesn't like my trailer being in the driveway, so those prints are in the trailer, parked where the trailer is. But they've been great. They've obviously been so good with my biddies and with the other things that I've been doing with multicolor prints for my business that I'm putting them out for my business. Now, couple things to keep in mind. This is a 256 by 256 bed plate. Is that too small? I don't know. That's up to you. I think it just depends on how you use it, whether it's too small or not.
That's what she said. Or he said.
But I gotta tell you, it is wicked fast. The quality, again, is really good. And the whole point of this is to be another budget-friendly tool head changer from a 3D printing company, and honestly, I invite that competition. I think that is amazing. I love that they came into the game and said, hey, we're gonna throw our hat in this ring, and here's more affordability. Now, I said I was gonna talk about my other kind of beef with this when it comes to changing out filament. This is the amount of filament you have left over when you need to swap filaments, especially if you're doing multicolor prints like we did here on the Unicorn Graveyard Astronaut Skull. When this ran out, I had to switch to a different red, and that red actually is it's right here. This is the red right here. This is the red. This is all left in the tube. I'm not sure why it doesn't just finish using it all completely, especially because the printer is, you know, marketed as a extremely low waste printer, which it is. Don't get me wrong, right? Like, all we get when we do the first purges are the little wisps right here, and then after that it's good to go until you have to change filaments, and then you're left with all of this filament right here. That feels like a lot. It feels like because I know the sensor's down here, because when you start loading the filament down there is when it triggers for you to, you know, name what type and color filament you want. I don't know why it can't measure it better. But also that could be an update. Again, this is a relatively new printer. I have 1,000 hours on it. It's not as many as I normally would have by now. And so I'm willing to give it a pass to see what happens. Now, one of the things I really do love does have to come with the tool heads. You can just pop them off this easily. And then everything's here to disassemble. There's only 3 screws to take it off to put a new hot end in. And then they just go right back into place. It is very easy to take the tool heads on and off. What's also interesting is there's a little LED light right here that turns off when it's disengaged, and I haven't tested it because I don't think it's safe to, but I believe that is a safety mechanism to let you know that you know, it's not connected to the printer right now. But it's great. I mean, the setup, if you guys watched that video for me setting it up, it takes no time at all to put this together, which is huge. Now, here's the thing. I'm not entirely sure what everybody wants to know about this, because the things that I've been testing are how fast it prints, which it prints great, and it prints fast, and it prints quality. The multi-color changing really is extremely low waste, minus that first purge, and if you're swapping filaments mid-print, there is that bit of waste. In terms of noise, it is pretty loud, but it's also, you know, only covered on 2 sides, so like, what do you expect? But the fact that you can push engineering material through here with the Pro version is kind of huge to me. It has been handling all the other different types of filament, not just Flashforge filament, but new makers. I've been putting through some other matte filaments through there, Polymaker, Overture, all of the brands, just putting them all through there, silks, carbon fiber PLAs, and it has been handling it like a champ. Honestly, this failure is a extreme mystery to me. And quite honestly, out of the 1,000 hours, that is one of only 3 failures that I have had. And one of them was because I didn't put the right type of filament in. I just put a regular PLA instead of PLA CF, and it did not like that. And I know a lot of people are gonna wonder if I should say, should you buy this printer, should you go buy another brand? Honestly, if this is the printer you want, if you've been excited about this printer, continue to be excited about this printer. Go buy this printer. This printer is what you were hoping it was going to be. I thoroughly believe in the fact that people should find the printers that they want to find and the ones that they want to print with. And this is a great option. There is nothing overly egregious about this printer in order for me to not recommend for people to buy it. It is great. It's doing everything it's supposed to be doing, and it's doing it well. Do I personally wish that it was bigger than 256? Absolutely. I wish we would have either gotten 270 or an even 3 would have been awesome. I also don't like that it's like only 50% enclosed on the front and back, because I just don't. It leaves a lot of opportunity for drafts and things like that. And unlike other printers where you can print an adapter to have a top, there's a lot more other things you'd have to do to enclose this completely. And that's just a personal preference of mine. I don't like that. I have done only 1 TPU print. We did a multicolored duck. If I find pictures of that, hopefully I'm putting it here somewhere. And it worked out great. My kid has it somewhere in this house. I checked the bathtubs, it wasn't in there, but it handled TPU just fine. I'm really hoping I can get a hold of the Pro version, because I really do want to test the bounds of those engineering materials, especially next to other printers that I have that can handle engineering materials. But honestly, guys, like, I really believe in that. You need to find what works for you. You need to find what you want. You need to find what's going to keep you excited in this hobby. I am a big advocate and a big proponent of print 3D printed dragons. The reason I say that is it's more of a slogan than an actual like literal thing. My point with saying that is that I want people to print things that are going to make them happy, and I want people to have the success so that they can continue to grow in this hobby and in this space. And the Flashforge Creator 5 is now a contender in the affordable tool head changing ring, and I think that's amazing. And if this is the printer that you've been excited for, if this is the printer that you have been wanting and you've been wondering if you should pull the trigger, you should pull the trigger on this printer if this is the one you wanted, because it is great. Again, the failure that we've had, weird. Everything else about this printer, amazing. Speed, quality, TPU, multi-material, it's handling it all exactly the way it should be. And I'm really grateful that Flashforge gave me the opportunity to send this out to me so I could be testing it as thoroughly as I've been doing it. And honestly, I think what's crazy and what's really hard about it is I haven't had a lot of problems with it. And so because of that, that's why we're not talking a ton of bad or what, I don't know. It's why it's a shorter video about how I feel about it after 1,000 hours, because there's nothing really to talk about in all of the most positive ways possible. It is a really great budget-friendly toolhead change. But I would love to know what kinds of things you want me to test or you want me to figure out in the comments down below, because we're going to be doing more of these update videos. You guys know how we do these. We do 1,000, 1,500. We're probably going to do a 3,000 episode for all of the printers. So I want to know what kinds of things you want me to put this through in order to figure out what it's going to do, what it's not going to do. As of right now, nothing's gone out. No wear parts have gone out for me. It's been working great for these first 1,000 hours. So that's what I have to say about that part of it. So yes, please comment down below what kind of torture tests do you want to see with this, because honestly it's just working. It's just working, and I think that's the best thing a printer could do, is just work. Guys, thank you so much for sticking around for this. Again, I know this is a little bit more of a shorter video when it comes to these 1,000 hours, but again, that's a huge positive thing for the Creator 5 because it's just doing what it's supposed to be doing. And as always, guys, if you have made it this far, which I know is only a few, small select few of you, thank you so much for making it this far. If you're not already subscribed to the video, please subscribe to the video, like the video, and comment down below all the things we talked about. Comment, you know, what kinds of torture tests you want me to see. Comment what other things you want me to see. If you want to see a head-to-head with some other printers, that's going to be awesome. But you guys let me know down below, because we are going to have a head-to-head for sure with this printer in some real measurable tests, and I'm very excited to see how those pan out. So anyways, guys, I am basically Bensky. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, mistakes make magic, baby.